everyone, it is me, Peep Peep, and welcome back to Dancing with a Beautiful Robot. This may or may not be the last episode. This is day 5, we have 6 days in total, so this might be actually not the last official part, but that's okay. So let's just get right into it, shall we? But everyone still turns around to look at him as he passes through the corridors, waving at his employees with a trained pop star smile on his face. You pass by Diana, who's organizing several racks of outfits. She smiles at you when she sees you side by side with Mettaton. You give her a warning stare, but thankfully she just shakes her head, chuckling. Aw, so cute. Your eyes widen when you look at the stage stretching in front of you at the huge space for the audience. You forgot how big it was. You can't imagine how many people can fit in this place. It's enormous. The show will have a large crowd. Mettaton bites his lip with anticipation. I know. I can't wait. His excited eyes then shift to a pile of papers on the ground. Huh, what's this? Mettaton bends down to grab the papers and gasps when he reads what's on them. My script! How did it end up here? A movement on your right eye catches your attention. You see a little white dog peeking from behind a box. It winks at you before disappearing, and you open your mouth to alert your boss, but then decide to, for the sake of Mettaton's sanity, and your own, as well as it's better not to say anything. What's the script for? Mettaton's looked up from the papers and he answers, It's for tonight's play. Tonight? Oh, of course. You forgot for a moment that Mettaton still had his daily show to worry about. You really don't have a break, huh, boss? Aren't you tired? He let out a dramatic sigh. Exhausted, darling, but the show must go on. You nod, knowing it to be true. And what's the play about? Oh, it's the story of a... He stops for a moment, a smirk making its way to his lips, and a multitude of alarms go off in your head. Oh no. Oh yes, darling. Don't you want to help me rehearse my lines for the play? Oh, yes. Sure, why not? Mettaton claps excitedly, the sound reverberating in the empty arena. How wonderful! Come on, gorgeous. He grabs your hand and takes you to the middle of the stage. You chuckle as he lets go. What's the story about? So first of all, it's a romance story. You smirk, it's always a romance story. What a surprise! Mettaton waves a hand at you, tisking. Oh, shush. You chuckle and he continues. It's a romance story about a noble and a mercenary. The kingdom prohibits their romance, and they must fight against everyone for the sake of their love. Is it about us? Is this about us? That seems a bit dramatic. But you soon remind yourself that this is Mettaton you're talking about, so it isn't really a surprise. We're going to be both characters in the play, so you can choose either one, darling. It's fine. Just keep in mind that the noble has a more forceful personality, and the mercenary worries about everything. Alright. Oh my gosh, I'm the mercenary! Because I complain, I worry about everything. Ugh. You look to the side, thinking hard about your options. You know what I'm choosing. I want to be the mercenary. Wonderful choice, darling. He knew. He's like hoping that I would choose that option. Mettaton glances at his lines before looking back at you. In this scene, the lovers are hiding in an oak clove. What? Oak clove? Waiting for the kingdom guards to stop looking for them. He beckons you with his hand. Come closer, beautiful. You breathe deeply and do as he says, still trying to maintain a safe distance between you two. But it proves futile when Mettaton grabs your hand and pulls you even closer. He makes a dramatic, sorrowful expression as he looks at you. My love, what are we supposed to do? When in every corner there are eyes watching our movements, waiting for the moment to strike. You're so moved by his actions that it's only when he arches one brow at you that you notice he didn't tell you the lines. You whisper in a rush. I don't know the lines. Just improvise something. Mettaton whispers back and you tisk, searching your brain for something to say. You clear your throat and talk in your best theatrical voice. Your breath gets caught in your throat when Mettaton's lips touch yours. Dude! I can't. This is not happening. Your eyes widen in astonishment as his hands cup your face. You didn't imagine he'd do it. His lips are soft again against yours, and your eyes start to flutter close when Mettaton begins to pull back, but you're not sure you want this to stop now. No, pull him closer. You grab his neck and pull him closer, earning a surprise hum from your boss. Mettaton smiles and the kiss and pulls you flush against him, kissing you harder as his hands keep you close. You let out a groan and the sound of his whirling fan surrounds you. Mettaton? The voice reaches to your ears and you pull away from the robot as fast as possible. He blinks at you with wide eyes as Archie appears and looks at you both, a frown creasing his forehead. You turn your head away from Archie, realizing your lips are probably red from kissing Mettaton. Mettaton, you need to go over to makeup to get ready for the recording. Oh, of course. He licks his lips, and you follow the movement without thinking. His lips were warm and soft, and you wonder what kind of metal they're made of. It probably has to do with monster magic. I assume so. Thank you for the help, love. You ignore the glare Archie's giving you and nod. Anytime, boss. Okay, that was awesome. The sound of his boots hitting the floor echoes in the venue as he goes to the door. I'll see you later at the studio, right? You remember that Mettaton and the backup dancers will rehearse their choreography together today to be ready for the performance. You nod and you force yourself to give him a calm smile, pretending you weren't desperately kissing him a minute ago. Yeah, don't be late. Will do. He winks at you before walking through the door, a huge grin on his face. Toodles. You pass a hand through your hair. Mettaton's reactions are confusing you more and more with each second that passes. You understand that the kiss was part of the rehearsal for his play, but you wonder if it could be more than that. Oh man. It's way more than that. Was there even a kiss scene in the script? I don't think so. You touch your lips briefly. You didn't have an ounce of self-control a minute ago, but Mettaton didn't seem to mind, nor did he give any anticipation and dictation? I don't know. I'm so dumb. That he'd fire you. What could he be thinking when he kissed you? Did it mean anything to him? It's when the door closes with a click that you notice Archie hasn't left. You're walking down a very dangerous path. You straighten your posture, holding his cold gaze. I don't know what you're talking about. You can see him tightening his jaw in anger, but he manages to compose himself to maintain a level voice. Now I understand what you were doing that day. He gives you a look of disdain. I thought you valued your job more. I'd be careful if I were you. He says he says his piece and leaves, not giving you a chance to reply to his threat. Does he like Mettaton? Is he jealous, or does he just very much want to follow the rules? When the door closes again, leaving you alone in the empty stage, you sigh, rubbing your neck. Great, as if you didn't have enough things to worry about. One day to the big presentation, you kiss your boss and also make Archie hate your guts. It's even more worrying that you can't bring yourself to regret any of it, especially the kissing part. At least you have the excuse that it was Mettaton's choice to kiss you, but either way, Archie's right about something. You should be more careful about your actions. You don't think he saw you and Mettaton, but someone else could have. And that would surely ruin tomorrow's show. Mettaton clearly doesn't care about, the thing, even though he made it, but he doesn't care anymore. I think it just depends on, because, obviously it's a thing, but he doesn't care unless it's, getting in the way of things, so. Oh, I didn't get to read that. Oh well. I'm willing to give up everything to be with you. Mettaton's words came back to you as you leave the venue, but you shake your head with the tisk. That was for the play. He didn't mean it, right? Oh, he meant it. Later that day in your studio, you receive a text from NASA saying the lyrics are ready and they'll record the song today. Did Mettaton find the inspiration he needed? You keep wondering about it until the backup dancers arrive. Going over the song once, you see they clean them and memorize the steps, and you're proud. Hello, darlings. Mettaton enters through the doorstep, and the dancers greet him. He's in his normal form today as well, and he stands out as he takes his position at the front. Together they practice, and you walk around making sure the change of positions between Mettaton and the dancers is working, and that both dances work together. You continue until the sun disappears from the sky, giving place to the many lights from the buildings. They shine like stars, replacing the hidden constellations that you can't see because of the strong lights of the city. Alright guys, you're dismissed for now. You close practice for when the song ends another time, and the dancers give a tired cheer. Don't forget to rest tomorrow. We'll go over the choreography chores again at the venue, so remember to arrive early. After they leave, Mettaton leans on the bar, fanning himself, his fans working hard to cool him down. It'll be a huge success, darling. I can already see it. With your dance, Fluky's music, Sheeran's voice, and my flawless body, voice and personality, this performance will blow people's minds. You chuckle, grabbing MTT's pink glamour snack your boss brought you. I hope so. Being this close to him makes your mind wander to the kiss, the way his hands were holding you close as his lips fitted perfectly against yours, your breath mingling into one. Jeremy? You blink, snapping out of your attention back to Mettaton. You spaced out for a moment there, darling. What were you thinking about? Me? You decided to be honest, to see what he'll say, so you deadpan. Yeah. Oh. The robot looks. Did he give Did he make that face? I didn't really get to see it because I just said yeah, so I clicked really fast. He made like a biting lip thing. I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but that's pretty funny. The robot looks at you without knowing what to say, and you chuckle at his reaction, rubbing your neck. You can't bring yourself to tell him what you're really thinking about. Oh. I was thinking that you learned the choreography pretty well. His face brightens up in an instant, and you see a hint of relief in his features. If it's because of the change of subject or the compliment, you weren't sure. You think so? But I'm having difficulty with the movement, darling. I was hoping you could help me. You stop in the middle of taking a bite of your neglected snack, furrowing your brows. He danced perfectly to the steps, so what was he talking about? Which one? This one. He makes a slow body roll, descending until one of his knees touches the ground. Your eyes lock on his frame, and you swallow dry. Oh, this one. You put your food down to get closer to him, looking at your frames in the mirror. Do it again. Commanding, I see. Mettaton says, but he does the movement nonetheless. You put a hand on your chin and you observe him. You can finally see his difficulty. You need to put your arms more to the back like this. You do the movement yourself to show him, Mettaton's eyes never leaving your body. Like this? He does the movement again, but still not quite right. He's doing this on purpose. No. You brush your lips, getting closer to him. Make the basic pose. He compiles and you grab his metallic arms, putting them in the right position, still holding him, and you lock your eyes with his in the mirror. Now move. Mettaton makes the body roll as he gazes at you. You're pretty sure your face is burning right now, but you don't let go until he stops. There you go. Thank you, darling. His voice is soft and so uncharacteristic of him, and you look up at his face instinctively to see what's wrong. He's giving you a smile so warm that it makes your breath get caught in your throat. He shouldn't have allowed you to do that, especially not after what happened today. It's already difficult enough to be this close to him. You nod and get away from the robot before something similar to what happened at the venue occurs. Grabbing your neck, you resume eating occupy yourself. Absolute told me you'll record the song today. I imagine you finished the lyrics then. Mettaton stands by your side and looks at you with a strange look in his eyes. Yes, I finally found what I was looking for. You smile, glad that he was able to find the inspiration to write. That's great! You can feel that there's something unsaid between the both of you, and as Mettaton helps you to arrange everything to close the studio for the day, a moment of silence falls on the room. You glance at Mettaton, seeing the lights from the buildings outside reflecting on his metal skin. Your eyes focus on his lips. You still can't get over that kiss. Maybe kissing someone like that is a common thing for an actor like him, but you felt that there was something more to it, and the uncertainty is almost driving you crazy. You're aware that tomorrow is the big day, and that you were already lucky not to be fired for what happened today, but you can't help the doubt that is growing inside your soul. Well, the thing is, you wouldn't get fired for that, because Mettaton was kissing us, so we were not dating him, we were helping with the play. That's what he said. So, he can't fire us for something that he did. So we're just overthinking things like we do. This whole week, Mettaton has been acting strange around you, and today was the last straw. Ignore my cat, he's really annoying. You can't pretend that this isn't interfering with your job anymore. If you don't hear it from Mettaton, you won't be able to rest. You think of a subtle way to ask him, and with a deep breath, you start talking. Boss? Yes, love. You aren't sure when he began to call you love, but you have many other things to worry about right now, so you put it to the side. That's something for another day. What happened at the venue with the play? Was everything you said in the script? Mettaton blinks a few times for letting out a laugh. Of course! I had to improvise a little because of your new lines, beautiful, and I have to thank you again for that, but it was all in the script. A little pesky hope in your chest that wished there was something more crumbles at his words. Why do you ask? You wanted to hear from him, and you got what you wanted. You smiled, trying to ignore the aching in your chest. I was just curious. Stop leading us on, Mettaton! Now you have no reason not to focus completely on the presentation tomorrow. But what about the surprise? A small voice says in your head, making you widen your eyes. The surprise! Mettaton tilts his head as he analyzes your shocked expression. What is it, darling? Is something the matter? What about my surprise? Your surprise? You narrow your eyes at him. I can't believe you forgot about it. Mettaton leans in closer to you and whispers, about giving you what you wanted for a long time. You tisp, backing up a step, and Mettaton laughs with all his soul. You cross your arms over your chest, unamused. Oh, darling, aren't you an eager little thing? You purse your lips. Come on, I've been waiting for a whole week. Mettaton sighs before muttering in a quiet voice. I've been waiting for a year. What? Your eyes widen as his words reach your ears. What? Oh, look at the time. He looks at his wrist, but he doesn't have a watch. I have to go record the song. Wait, boss. I'll see you tomorrow, gorgeous. Doodles. Mettaton! You try to call after him, but he's already left. You sigh, picking up your half-eaten snack. Why does he have to make it so suspenseful? As you finally leave the studio and the silence of the night surrounds you, the disappointment of hearing from Mettaton that all that happened at the rehearsal was in the script creeps in your mind, making you sigh. But you won't let it bring you down. It's better like this, since nothing could happen because of the romance band anyway. You have to move on and focus on the show. To relax for tomorrow, you decide to watch Mettaton's play at home. Like he had told you, he's portraying both characters. In one half, he's the noble, and on the other, he's the mercenary, his lover being a different person in each part. But during the whole 1.5 hour in which Mettaton declared his love to the other protagonist, there wasn't a single kiss scene. What happened in the rehearsal wasn't in the script. Duh. Man, we gotta watch it to find out. I already knew this. Uh-oh, my game's not responding. Oh, there it goes. Humans and monsters run from side to side across the backstage, carrying clothes, makeup boxes, and sound mixers and more makeup boxes. Everything is chaos and you smile, about a bit nervously. It's the big day. Alright everyone, so I'm going to read this one last part. Everything is almost ready and you have 1 hour until the show begins. This is it for today's episode. I will leave this off for later, tomorrow, maybe, who knows. But that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Leave a like and subscribe so that you can obviously watch me end this series off. And I love it. I honestly love this so far, and Mettaton is so great, and I know he's advanced. Obviously, if this was real, I wouldn't know. I'd probably be very much like the character, but whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone.